are you guys doing? I am so excited about the video that I'm going to be bringing to you guys today, because this is going to be a little experience or an experience video about my time at High Point University, which is the shirt that I have on now. So I'll give you a little summary of, my experience with High Point University before I actually became a freshman. And so currently, little recap, I am a freshman there. I am in my second semester. I am a strategic communications major and a public and professional writing minor. So that's a little spiel about me. So a little bit more about my experience. This is going to be like real conversational, kick back and relax. So a little bit about my experience is the fact that so I came to High Point University in my junior year, like around the mid of my junior year. But I never knew about High Point University. Before that, when I was looking at colleges, I was looking at a lot of public colleges in North Carolina, just because the cost of tuition is very expensive. And so, but one of my friends and his mom, they were like, oh, you should tour High Point University. I heard it's a beautiful campus. They have a lot going for the campus. They have a lot going for themselves. So go ahead and come tour with us. So when I pulled through the gates, I was like, oh my gosh, this school is beautiful. I love it. And so going there, I was pretty much sold once I came there. And so that was my junior year. And then senior year came and I applied to a ton of colleges, mostly in-state. And I got into about 8 out of the 10 that I applied for. And I also applied to High Point University, and I did their early action. I did not do early decision because that was binding. So I did early action, and I got something back, I think by Christmas or right around Christmas time. And so I was super excited, but I didn't necessarily know then and there that I was going to go to High Point University. And so kind of towards the end, and I can do a whole video on my college experience, but towards the end, I was debating between UNCG and High Point University, and I ended up picking High Point University. So I wrote down some questions that a lot of people have answered when they do these college experience sit downs. So first, I'm going to talk about the campus. So the campus is beautiful. I love coming to the campus because it's always moving and it feels so lively, especially because they have waterfalls and it's so green. And I think we're ranked most tree campus of the United States. I don't know, but it's such a beautiful campus. And if you ever have the opportunity to go there, please do, because High Point University is a beautiful campus. So next, a little bit more about the population. So the population of the school is pretty small. There might be about 5,000 to 6,000 students total. I know in the freshman class, they told us that there was probably about 1,200 students. And so that's not even applicants. They accepted 1,200. I think that's their cap. So in the class of 2022, which I'll be graduating in, there's about 1,200 of us. And so meaning my class sizes are very small. And that's one of the reasons why I was so sold on High Point University. So my biggest class size has probably been about 22, maybe not even that. And then my smallest class size, let me think, probably about 15. So usually I've never been in a class and it's been more than 22, 23. And I think that's something that they really pride themselves on, because I feel in these small and intimate classes, I'm able to connect with my professors more and get to know them on an academic level and also a personal level, which is something that really comes in handy. So that's something that I really enjoy. Sorry if I keep looking down, I'm looking at my notes. So next is majors. So High Point University has so many majors. And we are ranked in a good bit of our majors. I can't speak for other majors because I don't know what goes on in that department, but I can speak for the comm department and the English department about how much they care for us. And so in the English department, I feel they're constantly challenging you to become a better writer and to become, and on the other hand, the school comm, they're challenging you to become a better speaker. And so I think those two work hand in hand. I think they're perfect for me personally, but I would definitely do your research regardless of what school you're going to. If you have an idea of what major you want to go in, look into that department and see what opportunities they have. I know in the comm department, we have so many opportunities where we have guest speakers come in. So we've had Bob Ryan come in, who's a sports analyst. We've had we've had so many people just come in and like be able to have these talks with them, which is something that like not a lot of campuses do, or they're not able to do that. But we have so many people that come to High Point University and they say like, yeah, I would love to sit down and talk with a group of 20 students. And so that's something that I really love. And so I believe that in the comm department, there are a lot of opportunities, but also in the English department. I know the English department gives out scholarships every year just for being an English minor. And so that's something that's really great. Next is sports. So one thing that's like very different about High Point University is that many schools in the South have football teams and we are die-hard football fans, but High Point University does not have a football team. And that's something that turns a lot of people off, especially if you come from like these big high schools that have these die-hard football teams. We don't have that. So between the months of like, you know, back to school, so between the months of August and before basketball season starts, so about October, it's kind of like nothing going on, I think, except for lacrosse and volleyball. Everything else is pretty much, it's like dead. So on Sundays, when I see my other friends like going to tailgates and stuff before football games, I kind of like miss that. And so just at High Point, like we don't have that opportunity, but I think they said they like want to get us a football team very, very soon. But that's something that like if you want to go to a school that has thick ties to a football team, then like High Point isn't necessarily that school. But we do have a lot of support for our basketball team. That's like probably the main sport there is basketball, and we probably have games about every 2 weeks. And if you're a student, you get in free. You just show your student ID card, and they constantly give out free stuff, like you get free t-shirts. I've gotten free hats, free socks, so that's something that's really cool. Next is, like I said, there are a lot of events. There are events going on like every day of the week, and we have an app where you can see like what events are going on. So I know like just this past week, a group of students went to ice skate at a local rink, and it was free of charge. You just had to sign up. And then I know this upcoming weekend, they're going to a checkers game in Charlotte. So that's super cool. Like you don't have to pay for it, you just have to sign up for it and look on the app and go to Campus Concierge. And because Campus Concierge is kind of like our front desk, so if we have any questions about anything, any upcoming events, you contact Campus Concierge. And one of the main things that I personally love is that from the moment you walk on a High Point University's campus, they care about your career development. So we have a whole building dedicated to career development, which is the cultural building. And so in there, you can get help with your resume, your LinkedIn. They take professional LinkedIn pictures probably about 3 or 4 times a year, which I'm going to be taking mine very soon. They have like mock interviews, and they constantly have internship opportunities, and they're constantly updating and posting and saying, come out. We have companies that come to High Point University, and you can, you know, give them your resume, talk more to them. So they definitely care about your career development, and not just your junior and senior year. They care about it from the moment that you walk onto campus. So next are clubs. There are so many clubs at High Point. In the beginning of fall semester and spring semester, we have a club fair where you get to see all the clubs on campus. And currently I am not part of any clubs. I am part of organizations on campus. But that, you know, that's just my choice and knowing like myself and my workload. But if I wasn't a part of any organizations, I would definitely be part of some of the clubs on campus. There are great clubs on campus. There's a club for literally everything. We have like, you know, Black Student Union. We have like the Republican Club, the Democrat Club. We have Black Cultural Awareness. I'm trying to think of some clubs on the top of my mind. We have so many clubs. So there is a club from everyone. And also, not necessarily in clubs, but we do have club sport and intramural sports. So if you know, have a passion for basketball, but you don't want to try out for the team, we have intramurals, and that's something that a lot of people really enjoy. Also, we do have the Slane Center. So in the Slane Center, it's like half food, half fitness. So on the top floors and on the bottom floors, we have a gym, and we have this app called I Am Leagues. And with that, it's an app for like fitness and workout classes. So we have about 5 to 10 workout classes every single day. And then you can go to the app and see what classes are upcoming. You go ahead and just confirm, and then boom, like you're plugged in. So those are really nice if you don't want to have to pay for an outside membership at like Planet Fitness or Gold's Gym or or Orange Theory, like we have classes on campus. So some of the ones that I've been to are like spin, HIIT, that's like high intensity interval training. We have CrossFit. There are so many fitness clubs on campus where like you don't even have to leave campus, which is something that's really nice. So next are the organizations. There are many organizations that you can be a part of, not necessarily just in your department, but across campus. For example, like if certain departments have fellows programs. So for example, I'm a part of the media fellows program, and a fellows program is they do give you an extra scholarship, but you have a more in-depth relationship with the faculty in that department, and you have extra career opportunities. So I know that at High Point we have media fellows, business fellows, natural earth science fellows, education fellows, and then we have leadership fellows. And so those are the ones I know of. I think they're possibly be expanding, but the fellows program is a great program to be a part of. When you send in your application to High Point, they have application for the fellows programs, and you just fill it out like a regular application. I think I had to link like 1 or 2 letters of recommendations, and that was pretty much it. So it's a real simple process, and I think they're great programs to be a part of. And so next are sororities. There are a ton of sororities on campus. I know a lot of freshmen do rush, or not necessarily freshmen, but a lot of underclassmen do rush. I think that most of sororities, they have their rush experience, and pardon me, I'm not a part of a sorority, so I only know certain things, and so like don't be mad at me if my lingo's wrong. But I know that when we first got to school, so around August, everyone rushed. But we have like Zetas, we have Phi Mu, we have all the Divine Nine, I think, I'm not sure. But I do know that we have AKAs, we have Deltas. So if you want to be part of sorority, there are a ton at High Point University, and I think the cost to rush was about like $75 to like $150. So it wasn't like a terrible fee. And so a lot of girls that I know, they are part of a sorority and they love it, and they love it for the friendship, and they love it for the connections that they've made. But brands are kind of big on campus, so I see a lot of like Coach, Vineyard Vines, Michael Kors, Simply Southern, but I feel like that's any campus. Like there's going to be certain brands that just are very popular on campus. And so I'm not necessarily saying like you have to wear Simply Southern and Coach and blah, 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 but those are some of the brands you're going to see. And so if you want to purchase that, that's up to you. Personally, I didn't really care, but it's just up to you. So next, about friends. So before you come to High Point University, you have a session. What is it? I cannot think of the name right now. But like a session just to meet some of the people in your upcoming class. And so there I met 2 of my friends. And so that was a nice way to meet friends. But also like you meet friends in classes, and you meet friends, like friends of friends. And so for me personally, making friends like wasn't that hard, but I know some people can definitely struggle with that. So to make those friends and make those connections, I would definitely say join clubs and organizations. And push comes to shove, if you don't like the club and organization, it's no harm done. You can drop the club. You can just say, I just can't join right now, or I can't be a part of the club. And it's really no problem. But trust me, you will find your group of friends on High Point University's campus. And I don't think that it was a problem for me. One of the biggest things about your college experience is that you will be eating, and you will have a meal plan. And so you want to make sure that you're going somewhere that has quality food. So High Point University, in our Slane student building, the one I told you about, the fitness center. So down there we have Chick-fil-A, Subway, and then we have Starbucks. And then, so we have 2 Starbucks on campuses, and then the student development center, we have another Starbucks. And then we also have the cafeteria, which is just, your basic caf. And we have like some really good foods. We have really good lunch and dinner options. I think some of the breakfast options are like pretty much base. Like you can only do but so much with breakfast, but with lunch and dinner, we have so much. Like one day we had sushi bar, we had like stir fry bar. So we have great stuff. And then in the farmer's market, The farmers market is a healthier alternative to the cafeteria. So we have a lot of like vegan and vegetarian options, but it's just more healthy, like a lot more salads and not a lot more organic food, if that's like what you're interested in. And so I enjoy the farmers market. Like there we have stir fry, we have great salads, we have great vegan and vegetarian meals. I'm not personally a vegan, but they have some great vegan meals that like I like to try out. And you know, the food is always good. And also something that's really cool is that in the mornings from I think about 7:30 to 10, we have kiosks all across campus. So we probably have about 4 kiosks across like the main center of like in the heart of campus. And at the kiosks, they serve breakfast items. So for example, like average kiosk morning will have hot chocolate, we'll have bottled water, we'll have muffins, fresh fruit such as like pears, apples, bananas, and then we'll have granola bars. And that's something that's really nice because I know in the morning a lot of students felt like they didn't have time to go to the cafeteria and sit down and eat. So when you're on your way to campus, what I do is get out my car, when I walk into class, I go to a kiosk, grab a thing of hot chocolate, grab a muffin, and then I'm good to go. And that's kind of like a breakfast. Or some people just grab, you know, a pear for later on in the day. And so that's something that's really nice, is that if you do not have the time to get breakfast in the morning, that we do have the kiosks, and the kiosks are open through all school year. So every day that we have school, and even during the exams, the kiosks are open, which is something that I love, especially if I was late, or, you know, I didn't have time to make breakfast at home. I could just grab a muffin from the kiosk and I'm good to go. And so I think I covered all my bases, but I just want to give you guys my personal experience at High Point University thus far, and then later on in the semester, when the semester ends, I'll do like a freshman recap. But so far, I have really enjoyed my time there. I feel like High Point University is definitely making sure that I'm ready for the world when I graduate. So they're implementing these things in me, and they're teaching me these things like as soon as I got there, so I could grow upon those skills. And we advocate on being a life skills university. So they teach us these life skills, and not just skills in the classroom, but skills that can like follow us for life, and as it said. So I think that definitely it is making me a better person. And also, like when you're on any college campus, you see movers and shakers. You see people that are like doing extraordinary things, and it makes you want to rise to the occasion and do better and be better. And I feel like that's what High Point University's campus is doing for me. I see girls, or not even girls, I see people that's doing X, Y, and Z, and I'm like, I see that and I acknowledge that, and I want to be like that. So it makes you want to be your better self, and it makes you push and strive to be the greatest. And so all in all, I feel like High Point University was the right choice for me as a person. And like I don't think that I'm going to transfer. I hope not. But you know, in this current moment of my life, High Point University has really helped me. And academically, some courses are challenging, but I mean, I wouldn't want to go to college if all my courses were easy and they were a breeze. So I do have to work hard. I do have to study. I do have to make sure that I'm, you know, having my time management skills and that I'm doing the right thing. But overall, like if you do the things you need to do on High Point University's campus, you will succeed and you will excel. So thank you guys so much for watching this college experience at High Point University. I hope you guys truly enjoyed it. And please, I hope next time, I really want to do like a question answer on Instagram. So you ask me some questions and I answer them. And so I get to know what you guys want me to answer. So thank you guys so much, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, like, and comment, and share. And I hope to see you guys soon.